What's going on, guys? So a little over a week ago I posted my update video where I reached 40 million silver, and on my road to 100 million silver I wanted to provide another update. I just hit another milestone of 50 million silver. So right now I canceled a lot of my buy orders just to show you guys, because it doesn't show you in the orders like how much silver you have in buy orders and sell orders. But pretty much I have 35 million here, and this doesn't even include my gear, which is 12 million. But 34 million, almost 35 million in silver right now. Sales orders, I have about 10 million, and then the remaining buy orders probably 5 to 6 million. Now, I actually got, in the last like 10 days or so, I actually got more than 10 million. I probably got closer to 20 million. But what I was doing was I got bored of market flipping and gathering, which was the main sources of income. But I did buy this Hellion jacket because I wanted to do farming for elite mobs. And this was a better option than the assassin jacket because this actually gives you this aura, which you can kill, large groups of monsters more quickly. With my build, it was worth it. So in reality, I made about 20 million from the 40 million that I had, and I spent about 10 million of it with combat fame credits, which you get when you're once you hit 100 spec on something. So for example, I'm 100 on leather jacket fighter, so if I use that when I get combat fame, instead it gets converted to fame credits because it can't go above 100. But then you could use those credits on any kind of combat type gear. So what I wanted to, my main goal was to get to the assassin jacket, which was I was using before to 100, and then most recently the Hellion jacket I got to 100, which cost me not only 4 or 5 million silver, but it probably cost me a good amount of silver just buying the Hellion jacket, and overall about 10 million I spent. But in any case, I have about 16 million here in my stash. Pure silver and orders, I have about 50 million, so that's about 66 million, and then my current equipment is about 12 million. So close to 70 or 80, but my goal here is to get pure silver and get to 100 million, so that's the goal. And so those are the main things I've been doing for the past 10 days or so. I did try some black zones, which I will post a video on hopefully soon. I tried some gathering and escaping and other kind of things in the black zone. And I also tried, it was suggested by people, not in black market, but I did do some transporting from from Martlock to Carleone, if that's how you pronounce it. Right here in the middle. And there was some ore that was mispriced. Well, not mispriced, but it was actually, I believe, cheaper here. So I took it and I transferred it over to Martlock. I think uncommon iron ore and uncommon titanium ore. It was much, for some reason, I don't know why, it was a lot cheaper in Carleone. I thought everything else was cheaper in Carleone, but I guess not. You gotta look at the prices. So right now, being that I'm at about 50 million, my next goal, and even though I canceled most of my orders, I had about 300 buy orders at any given time throughout the past week or so, and probably close to 100 to 150 sell orders. So I had a lot of silver in these items. So what was happening though, it was taking up more and more time as I got more orders, and it was kind of getting less profitable per item. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to cancel all my buy orders, and I'm going to go ahead and try to find 200 of my favorite items out of all my trial and error that I've done, and see if I can make at least 100,000 profit from each one, with my ultimate goal being making 20 million in profit per day, which would probably get me to that 100 million pretty quickly. But realistically, my long-term goal here is to be able to afford premium in one day. So if I stop playing, at least I'll have that 100 million. I could just do 20 million profit in a day, and I'll be right back to doing whatever I want to do, or whether it be crafting or PvP or anything like that. rather than consistently doing PvP like a 0 to hero and losing it and then dying and then not having anything to fall back on. So I enjoyed making the silver, so I'm going to keep doing that. My next goal, also short-term goal, I just recently got to tier 8. I had tier 8 mining, but just yesterday I got tier 8 stone gathering, which is good for Martlock. In addition, there's been an update where they said stone is going to be more valuable soon. Now you could also already see that in the prices. It was originally at like 100, now it's at like 188, almost double for granite. Even Travertine, which was like super cheap, went from like 9 to, so that almost more than doubled as well. Not to mention the higher enchanted type. So this is actually good for me because I can actually gather this and it's worth it. I could gather ore and stone, so I'm gonna continue to upgrade those skills so I can get more per hour. And yeah, just some long-term goals. I want to, before they do, I'll show you. I bought another part of my 10 million went to Avalonian tools, which gives you the plus 20% bonus when you mine. So for example, I have my pickaxe here and my hammer. And this gives you an extra 20% gathering yield right now. And it only shows when you're actually gathering. But that stone yield of 32 for tier 5, which is granite, will be 52%. So I have a 50% chance to get the gathering bonus, and then another 50% chance to get the premium bonus. So now it's more and more worth it to actually gather stone. And I'm actually making a decent profit from it, even though my skills are not great. But the tier 8 helps with the Avalonian tool. Anyway, so long-term goal. Get better at black zone farming, so I'll post a video, my first experience, hopefully soon. Get tier 8 wood cutting, that's another one. So that's my next goal here. Right now I'm at expert, but I'd like to get to master, and I'll save my learning points for that. And then once I hit that, obviously grandmaster and then elder. Just because Martlock is my main place, and the primary resources are stone, wood, and or stone is the primary, then ore, then wood. So when there's enchanted nodes, I want to be able to farm those quick. Next goal would be to get at least level 30 in all the leather specs. You can see here I started doing some of these armors because they give a little bit of bonus to whatever other leather jacket. So if I'm using a Hellion jacket, each of these gives an extra bonus every time they level up, and they're pretty cheap early on to level. So there's only like 667,000 combat credits, which is not terrible. And that might take me, I don't know, half an hour to farm to an hour. So that's one of my other goals. Improve my PvP skills, especially to kill red zone gankers. So if I'm in the red zone and I'm farming, I see a little people that are hostile coming after me, or just getting hostile in the zone. I want to be able to kill them before they can kill any gatherers. So that should be a fun goal, as well as eventually black zone. So I'll find some budget gear and I'll try that just for practice. And more of another long-term goal, get a mammoth. So when I do transports between yellow zones, I could transport tons of different items. The one I'm focusing on right now is hide, just because Martlock has a 30% local bonus when you refine hide. So what I started doing was getting more involved in the, you can't even zoom out anymore, so it's hard to find where the, alright, craftsman, refining, okay. I don't even know where it is because I barely do it, but so right now I'm level 30 here, 39 in a adept hide tanner, so I'd like to get to 100 just to see when I refine enchanted leather. I want to do rare. Right now it's kind of cheap, but worth leather. But get the mammoth and go from Bridgewatch because it's generally cheap hide, and transfer that over to Martlock where I get the 30% bonus. With focus, I'm at like 50%, And then as I do this and I upgrade this, it's going to be more efficient to use focus. So I am going to save my focus. I'm not going to do farming anymore, which I did for a while, but apparently it's not worth it. So I will get more into crafting and hide, just because I'm going to start with that because that's a local bonus. And get more into crafting, as I mentioned. Get more into transporting. People mentioned black market transporting, as well as enchanting some gear with runes to further get some more silver. That's a good option, people say. So there's a lot of different things I want to try. The main thing I'm still probably going to do is the flipping, because that's what I've been best at so far. But I would like to try all those other options too, and I will make videos as I do them. Thank you for the suggestions and the comments. This is already a long enough video, but thank you for the support. Almost at 300 subscribers in, I don't know, less than 2 weeks, which is insane. So thank you for that. 297 as we speak. And yeah, more videos to follow. So thanks for watching, and feel free to comment below.